Hello, everybody. Welcome to Nature's People. Today, we're going to talk about a very interesting topic. Why did Mexico replace China as the U.S. top trading partner? Right into it. All right. Thank you for watching and thank you for tuning in. Getting right into it. All right. So, guys, reflecting on what happened between the trade war that was going on between China and the U.S. under the Trump presidency, the U.S. government actually started noticing that the Chinese were sort of not looting, but sort of taking advantage of a global economic system wherein they were participating or sort of having a share of 30%, the share of the economic output on a global scale. We're having 30% of the global exports coming solely from China. So imagine, guys, the global economy is really huge. We're talking about upwards of $3 trillion that the Chinese were capitalizing on global exports. They were exporting to the European market, to the North American market, South American market, Africa, and they're out there in Africa, sucking all these resources and turning them into finished goods, and then later processing them, making high-end, high-quality, high-branded finished products, and then sending them to all these developed countries, and then also selling to the quote-unquote low-quality stuff to less developed countries. There were some estimates that the Chinese were actually making fans, the little fans that we use to ventilate the house. They were using aluminum alloy instead of copper to make the motors, or sort of the DC motors, yes, to work inside the fan. So it's really incredible how they do to sort of capitalize on all economic aspects of the world, since they have been included in the WTO, which is World Trade Organization. Right now, getting into it, why did Mexico? Where is Mexico coming in place? So, guys, if you have noticed, the world is becoming very unstable and very vulnerable. As in, we had a pandemic, we had a problem like 2 years ago, and then all the trade networks and the shipments were sort of compromised, because when you're really dependent on someone who is far away and someone who is quote unquote slightly not reliable, there is a problem when you are still needing the products and then your products can't get to you. That's number one. Number two, the not politics, not necessarily politics, but I'd rather say the military expansion that is happening from China outwards into the Pacific. It's really stressing the U.S. military complex, as far as the hegemony that U.S. holds in the Pacific, in the world in general, and then being supplying financial aspects to these I'll say concurrent or like runner-up. It's sort of not helpful. All right, so Mexico surpassed China as U.S. top trade partner. U.S. and Mexico trade over $300 billion in trade, and I think Mexico, if I'm not mistaken, last year, as of June this year, June 4th, 2023, Mexico had exports of over $267 billion just into the US, because we have all these manufacturing companies, we have Tesla building a new gigafactory down there, and a lot of progress is being going on, and because of low wages and good incentives, as far as the facilitation of permits and all that, especially in the state of Nuevo León in Monterrey. They have all these startups, all these new companies emerging from nothing, from scratch, just sprouting and blooming out of nothing, and that's a very good incentive as far as the Mexican government is concerned. The trade between the U.S. and Mexico increased a lot. In the last, I think the last quarter, it increased a full of 30%, which is really positive and good. And considering that, one thing that is also worth mentioning is that having trade, U.S. and Canada, for instance, were trading partners for decades. Were top trading partners for decades. Up until in 2014, the Chinese economy was just imploding, and the U.S. wanted to capitalize in that, as in, going there and, opening these assembling plants. And because of cheap manufacturing, the U.S. was capitalizing in that, and then this was an emerging market where you could sell the finished products. However, the Chinese over time didn't seem to be that much of good and reliable people as far as trade and human rights. I don't want to talk about that. Anyways, finishing up with short facts. The trade between Mexico and USA, it's above $300 billion. It's rapidly increasing. New factories are opening now up. The trade between the US and Canada is also high. So there's a regional bloc, North American bloc, that has increasing and growing economy. Remember, guys, the American economy is increasingly getting larger. We have Canada, North American economy. We have Canada. So I'll break down the North American economy as of today. Today, the 24th. I'll break down the North American economy as of today, the 24th of August of 2026. We have first the US at a staggering $26.7 trillion, the largest economy ever seen in the world. At number two, we have Canada at $2.2 trillion, the second largest economy in the North American bloc or continent. And then at last we have Mexico at $1.66 trillion. And now to break it down, I'll just finish up by talking about the per capita income of each nation. We have number one, as you always expected, USA at $80,000 per year. That's the GDP per capita. Number two, Canada at $52,000 per year, and at last we have Mexico at $12,000 per year. Stay tuned, better videos are coming. I told you I'm setting a studio, and guys will have a nice time together with amazing facts. Bye for now.